Myra Lewis Williams, also known as Myra Gale Brown, was the third wife of late rock and roll pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis and, more infamously, his 13-year-old cousin at the time they got married. So whatever happened to her? Williams, 78, said in 2016 that she's been right here the whole time, but she apparently no longer had a relationship with her notorious ex-husband after 2015. Lewis, who died Friday at age 87, weathered professional exile in 1958 after a reporter covering his arrival in London inquired about the young girl in his entourage who ultimately introduced herself as Jerry's wife. The whole load of shaking going on and Great Balls of Fire hitmaker had eloped with Myra Gale Brown in December 1957, the result of a romance that developed when he moved into the Memphis home of Myra's father, J.W. Brown, who was Lewis' cousin and bass player, according to Lewis' obituary in the T. Lewis was 22 and Williams was 13, and the press came down hard on him when it was revealed that she was also his second cousin and that Lewis was still married to his second wife, Jane Mitchell, when they wed. The revelation resulted in the abrupt cancellation of Lewis' tour, he was blacklisted by radio and his earnings dropped overnight. Couples married young in his Louisiana hometown of Faraday, and he wed for the first time when he was 16 and had 7 wives over the course of his life. He continued to record music and perform in theater during the time and mounted a comeback about a decade later. When Jerry Lee and I went to England there was a whole load of trouble going on. The press made me out to be a seductive Lolita, which was as far from the truth as it gets. Remember, gossip is not gospel, Williams wrote on Instagram in 2015. It was really the first scandal of rock and roll, Williams told Georgia's Gwinnett Daily Post in 2016. What was happening back then, rock and roll was coming on very, very strong. The preachers hated it. The radio stations that didn't play it hated it.